Howdy, it's Jim Morado, and this is May 30th, 2025. We're in Stanton, Kentucky for their hopefully first annual Bigfoot Festival, the Red River Gorge Bigfoot Festival. And I was pretty excited about this. Check this out. This guy's doing some carvings. He's carving a eagle at the moment, but he's got some really cool Bigfoot statues out here. This was a fairly incredible event. I don't think they were prepared for the kind of crowd they got. I think they figured a good crowd would show up, but they had several parking areas. They were bussing people over from other parking areas, but I don't think they expected the kind of crowd they got, and that's a good thing for the most part. We got here fairly early. It did take us a little bit to park, 20 minutes or so. We had to drive around. We were stuck in traffic. We were here for a couple of hours. We left. When we left, there was a really long line down the road to get in. The announcer at this festival even announced that the Red River Gorge Bigfoot Festival has shut down the town of Stanton. And they were correct. I mean, traffic was just about at a standstill. And I'm glad we got here earlier rather than later. Very cool event, though. I don't want to criticize them at all for a first event. This went off perfectly. It was a free event. They did not charge for you to come and hang out. And that's obviously a labor of love. So definitely tip my hat to them for this. And they had some really cool guests. They had Cliff from Finding Bigfoot. They had Jeff Meldrum. If you're into Bigfoot, Jeff Meldrum is probably the most legit scientist that's still trying to argue that Bigfoot is a flesh and blood creature that just has not been discovered proof-wise yet. And pretty big deal, both of those guys. They had some of the cast from Mountain Monsters. I've seen a couple of episodes of that show. It's a reality show. It's very popular, but if you're serious about Bigfoot research, it's a little hokey to say the least, but it apparently is very popular, and it was kind of a big deal that they got those guys. Lots of merchandise, lots of Bigfoot T-shirts, art. I saw a lot of crochet stuff, and I would have liked to have seen more Bigfoot vendors, like serious, maybe some authors who have written books. They did have a couple, but I would have liked to have seen more of that. There's kind of the area. They had some Bigfoot cast. That's where the celebrities were signing autographs. Charlie Raymond was there. Big name. If you're into Bigfoot and you live in Kentucky, you know who he is. He has written a book. Very interesting guy to hear talk. They did have some very good guests, and I was very excited about that. There's some of the Bigfoot casts. Some of these, like the pictures, don't do them justice. When you're looking at them, there's something kind of spectacular and interesting about them. There's something very real about them when you see them close up. So it was pretty cool that they had those here. I've been to a lot of similar festivals. I've been to the Bell Witch Festival, the Frogman Festival, the Mothman Festival. And it's always interesting to see how different these are. The Mothman Festival in Point Pleasant been going on for, I guess decades now. And I remember going to that when there were maybe a few hundred people there, and you could park right next to everything. And it's not uncommon for them to have tens of thousands of people now, and you can't just go park right next to it the way you used to could. But this festival is obviously taken off from day one, and I was really glad to see that. They had a lot of food trucks, and they even showed a couple of free movies at night, after the sun went down, I guess. Harry and the Hendersons and the Beast of Boggy Creek. Very cool. If my schedule would have been a little different, I would have liked to have stuck around to see those movies. Again, very cool thing for them to put on, and I'm excited to see this again next year. Lots of great conventions like this going on. Obviously, people are interested and Bigfoot and cryptids and that sort of thing. This is us leaving, and we left. We were there, like I said, a couple of hours. We got out of here. Check out the traffic in Stanton. Yeah, and you'll even see it looks like some people were parking down at Kroger and then walking, and that's I don't know, mile and a half, maybe a couple of miles. I'm not real sure. Would have been a heck of a walk though, but it looked like some people were doing that. Anyway, yeah, I'm sure they'll get the parking situation a little better next year, but I was really thrilled to make it to this. If you went, let me know what you thought. Thanks.